There is nothing to attain. There is nothing to seek. Seeking itself is the problem. But recognizing this, and learning to accept and embrace it, can profoundly alter our life. Discursive, conceptual understanding can never reach reality as such, because concepts cannot step outside themselves. But there is a deeper kind of understanding, which comes through the slow weakening of our commitment to the former, as a consequence of its continual failure. This is wisdom, learning from actual experience, and the gradual elimination of any ground for us to stand on. We never find what we seek, but we do find that we cannot find it, and it's through this failure that the demand to find loses its momentum, and, as it fades, reveals the clarity found in not needing to find. The non-discursive realization that there is no discursive solution is the real solution. It is not a solution that provides an answer to the problem, but a solution that shows that no answer was ever necessary. It does not make you complete, it shows you never weren't. But wisdom does not come suddenly. While it's true that ultimately, in regard to awareness, there is no path and nothing that changes, relatively, in regard to appearance, there is a path that leads from the denial to the acceptance that there is ultimately no path, nothing to change, and nowhere to reach. The path does not reveal the truth, because the truth is not hidden, but it does support the body and mind in aligning with it. Just because confusion and the sense of separation are themselves non-dual with awareness, does not mean that the suffering they cause is unreal. Confusion and clarity are both appearances, but they are appearances that feel different. When we stop thinking about spirituality as dealing with an ultimate metaphysical or epistemic problem, and start thinking about it as dealing simply with lived experience and ethics, then spirituality can be rebuilt after the collapse of the possibility of attaining something ultimate. If you've been following this series, what we've really been doing here is dismantling the ultimate level of discourse, ungrounding the possibility that there is some transcendent goal to realize. That's all. We have not dismantled the functioning of conventional experience. There is no ultimate value in what I've shared. The value is merely relative. We must eliminate our desire for an absolute so that we can revert our attention back to what actually exists. It's time for you to graduate. You saw the problems with the common hedonistic, materialistic worldview, and you turned to spirituality. Now you have seen that that is a dead end too. But it's a dead end in the sense that you're already not missing anything. You don't have to worry about it all. It was only your assumption that there must be a reason for all this that led you to search for it. Now you have seen that the reason is the absence of a reason, freedom, and that the ultimate truth is the absence of an ultimate truth, creativity. There's no need to press the point. Return your attention and value to the boring and mundane and ordinary, because it's a miracle. I'll even do it with you. Focus on improving the relative, because there is no ultimate. Be kind, because there's nothing to win. Be calm, because there's nothing to lose. Be wise, because there's nothing to know. Engage freely with the world, without expecting to get somewhere, and without fear, and without bias. Be open, and you will be in harmony with openness, which is reality. There is no separation between subject and object. The world is a representation of thought, just as much as thought is a representation of the world. Each arises only in relation to the other. This world is the appearance of that striving energy. It is the outward expression of the demand to know. The division of knower and known is only able to appear because there is nothing to prevent it, because there is no ultimate condition to know. If you have truly accepted that, then this world of striving is pure freedom. But from the perspective that there is something to know, the world is bondage, because it is constrained by the fact that it cannot find what it seeks. The appearance of the world, that is, what appears, is conditioned by striving, but its mere apparentness is unconditioned. The mind is free to live in bondage, but to do so, it must ignore the fact that it is free. If there really was a final intellectual answer to realize, then there could be no such thing as freedom. We would be bound by that final answer. Possibility would be constrained by an ultimate condition. Only the absence of finality can end the search, can end the extension of one's mind beyond itself, just as it was the absence of constraint that allowed the search to begin with in the first place. There is only the immediacy of what is, apparentness. It does not appear to anything, and it is not the appearance of anything. It's just sheer appearing. All the order and coherence and meaning expressed in what appears belongs to its mere apparentness. All patterns, all relations, everything that makes any sense at all, are part of the event of appearing. This world is an intelligent, self-expressing, self-present creativity. It is evident, obvious, clear, manifest, visible, discernible, perceptible, noticeable, unmistakable. If only you dropped the idea that all this is supported by something else, you would see how incredible this already is. Just see. The glint of light on glass, the ripples on water, the smell of burnt almonds. It's all astonishing. It is uncaused, unsupported, free, radiant, weightless. Everything floats. Nothing needs a ground. Only the absence of an ultimate cause is free enough to cause anything. If this were not miraculous, then it would not be possible. There is no duality, on every level, including between the sublime and the ordinary. Allow what is possible to unfold itself. Unrestrict the unrestricted. Let this unfathomable intelligence express itself spontaneously as compassion and creativity. What this really is art. Music, endlessly composing and dissolving itself in all its fleeting wonder, law-like without laws, purposeful without purpose, guided without a guide. And all of that is already clear in the mere appearance of it. This is the answer to the question that cannot be asked. What is possible when there is no ultimate truth?